Wait, hold on. The fuck? Ah, there, okay. Never mind. Hello. Oh, hi. Hi. How you doing? So, I want to get this done before a convention. So, in order for me to be able to print this, I have to rush a little bit. Hi. Also, I don't even know if the paper that I chose. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what? Let me take the notes really quickly. Printing. Okay. So basically, I've been testing this one printers. I've used a lot of money on it, but yeah, the printing quality, the colors are good, but I don't like the colors necessarily. Let me check. I think I tried this one. The colors are just right, but there's a little bit of noise. There's not enough. It lacks a little bit of contrast. But yeah, since I do have a lot of LiDAR drawings, I can probably use that paper for normal prints. You're learning GarageBand? You're getting into music. That's interesting. How's that going? And these are colors. I'm just mapping out the characters. As you can see, it's not fully finished, but I think the main parts are like detailed out, and I think most of the other things I can just draw one by one. As for the background vending machines, I can probably just paint over them. The one big thing that I do need to line is probably this washing machine door and this thingy. Yeah. But for now, I'll just go in with... Oh, let me grab the hair. The thing is, I don't even know if I want to have this hair over here. I guess I do. This is where I kind of got sloppy, so I need to fix that afterwards, I guess. Dad. She looks really cute, very pretty. Thank you, thank you. Hold on, let me move the browser so I can see chat. My report card came and I got a 3.6, basically an A+. But like the last grade you get before an A. Wait, the last grade you get before an A? Isn't that a B? Mama B is like being good but not good enough. Cause Y got a 3.8. I don't get that. Sorry. I don't know your grading system, so I can't judge on that. I had a test when I was smaller. And I made a single mistake. Which cost me my... It was what I literally got one question out of 50 wrong, and that cost me an A. And I got scolded for that by my mom. She was like, everything like this, it's all so easy, why couldn't you do it? I'm like, okay, mom, damn, okay. Oh, beautiful. Oh my god, I was stressed. I only had 10 minutes. It was like 10 seconds per question, right? Which isn't too bad, you know, on average. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a slow thinker, so I was like, ooh, It did stress me a little. I think most kids in my class didn't even finish the test. I barely managed to scratch by with 30 seconds left to until the end. Yeah. It's funny because I think after elementary school, the grading system actually gets less strict, right? Because in elementary school, a single mistake will cost you an A. But in high school and college, as long as you're above 85 or 90%, you still get an A, right? So even if you miss 10%, that is still an A. But in elementary school, unless you get it perfect, like 100% or more, you won't get the A. So a single mistake, like people were missing an A because they forgot to put the point on the I. You know, when you're like writing and you're doing like a spelling and stuff, sometimes people would forget the I, right? Like this little dot. They would forget that, right? And they would get a deduction for that, like half a point deduction, right? Minus half a point, and that would get them to a B plus instead of an A. I think that's a little crazy for elementary school. I think that's a little intense for elementary school. So you have an A plus, then an A, and then an A minus, right? Depends on the number you got. So me and Y got an A plus. But like got... So... Oh yeah, so you got to 90%. Right? Yeah, that's 90% is 90%. If your mom wants you to have 100%, then obviously she's not gonna, you know? She's not gonna be happy with it. Don't worry about it too much. The most important thing is that you actually learn how to think rather than just chase and be happy about grades. You gotta build your own values about what's important and what is not important. And usually grades aren't a great measure of anything. Except for like, oh, did you hit all the check marks that we set? Right? It doesn't mean that your critical thinking is good just because you got an A, you know? It just means that within the system, it just means you're a perfect sheep for the system. No, it's just Y got a higher grade, and she was like, you are smarter, which by the way, the thing is, that got me was the drawing subjects. What is that sentence? Oh. Which by the way, the thing that got me was the drawing subjects. I mean, maybe you are smarter than Y. Maybe you are doing too much lovey-dovey stuff. And you're slipping, you're letting your grades slip. Ever thought about that? And then I'm gonna paint the hand anyways. We'll have to fix it sooner or later. So for now, let's just get a decent shape. I forgot you were at an art school. Oh my god, then the grades are even... They're worth even less. The fuck? I don't know. At least for my art degree, I didn't have to do anything. You would get literal A's just by passing. So I don't know. I don't know what other schools look like. But usually art degrees are not worth a lot. Hello. Hi Molly. How you doing? Just go down the stairs, I guess. What's this? Leg. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god. Give me a second. Let's just make it a little transparent for now. You got this, wait, what? You got the same grade in the subjects that has exams. And the subjects that have exams. So like the ones that are all graded by the same prof doc. But then there are the drawing subjects, which are subjects graded by your group's prof. Huh? So like group projects. The drawing subjects that have... So it's group projects? I'm fighting demons in Heartopia? You know, I need a bathroom. I want a toilet. I want a bathtub in Heartopia. I haven't unlocked all of that yet, I think. I don't even have curtains. Because you need like that special wood or something for those curtains. I'm like, why do curtains need such an expensive material? The fuck? It's a little ridiculous, not gonna lie. I'm trying to build a house. I think building the house is actually quite fun. But yeah, you kind of need to know what you want to do. I have like a... I'll show you next time I play. I'll take you around. But yeah, building the Heartopia house kind of gave me a headache. So now I'm drawing with a headache. Do not aggravate me. I will be pissy. I have a headache. On top of that, I'm on my period as well. It's like the worst. Honestly, do not prick the beast today. I think I'll be mean. Just a heads up. So his profs were like, oh, take a bonus, like 100, while mine just hated our guts. I think you need to work on your writing. Our classes are called groups, sections. Tried to call them a class and got laughed at. It's a problem, you don't really know what you want. Fair enough. Fair enough. Just go room by room. I do want to add a second floor, but I thought that would take too much time. So all I did was remodel the first floor. Yeah. I just want a second. I kind of want a second floor, and then I'll build a terrace. Hi, Kiwi. I'll call you Kiwi. I'm drawing an illustration, a print, basically, that I need to get done by Monday. By Monday evening, afternoon. Oh, I am going out to eat. I'm meeting my cousin. I'm meeting my cousin. And eating with my brother. So I don't even think I'll be drawing on Monday. I might just go and pick out. Well, that's on Tuesday. I guess I might still have Tuesday to send off the print, to get everything printed, but yeah. I do want everything to be done quite quickly. So yeah, I'm drawing this. Let me see, maybe I can put it on another... I do need a little bit of space right now, so I don't think I can put it on another screen. Give me a second. I think about it. Can I maybe... Should I put the navigator? Wait, hold on. Maybe I can put the navigator on this side. And just make the layers a little smaller. You know what, let's... I'm reorganizing all of this just for you, okay? Be thankful. Be grateful. Layer... let me think about it. Put the navigator down here. And then I can put the tool properties up here. That makes sense? Now you can kind of see what I'm working on. Down there. It is probably way too small for your eyes, but that's what you gotta live with. It's so beautiful. Thank you. By the way, it's Mimi. Ah, okay. That is a cute name. Kiwi Mimi. Drawing looks great, by the way. Thank you. This does remind me I still need to practice drawing wings. Oh, yeah. But to be fair, wings are not too complicated. Not too complicated, mostly, I think. Right? They do have this... There's bones and stuff, but usually I just stick to this shape. Right? Technically, I think this would be like a finger or something of the bird. There's like a shoulder or something. Like imagine this is an arm. So it's kind of, I don't know what it's like actually. So it kind of spreads like this, right? And you got all of these feathers over here. And then you got the little... Oh, I forgot. You've got like a little shoulder pad or something. And then you got the small feathers. It's kind of hard to describe actually, but yeah, usually it's just whoop whoop. Right? They are longer over here. And then they just... Yeah, okay, this time it looks a little shitty right now. Look at references, but it is like 3 parts. Oh my god. There's like a cap or something over here. There's the structure, and then there's like smaller feathers over here. That's it. It's like 3 sections basically. Does that make sense? So as long as you can kind of communicate those 3 sections, you're usually okay. You're good to go. I'll just paint them. These will be not logical, but what kind of angel with 3 wings is logical anyways, so. You just go with the flow. It's not heels this time. This time it's just pumps. 3 sets of wings? No, 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 no. You're misunderstanding. I'm literally 3 wings. Just 3. Just 3. No sets. It's just 3. Balance? Who? They're just there. Maybe someone like plucked off one of them. Maybe it was set of 2 and someone stole the 3rd one, the 4th one. Nobody will know. I don't know either. Okay, so we got those layers. These are the clothes. Where did I put this? You know what? I can probably merge that. Oops. So there's a green part. You know how viral those Chinese Adidas jackets became? They have now arrived in my city as well. I'm thinking of going to check them out. I don't think I'll buy them. At first I really loved it, but then I looked at the, you know, the styling. I was like, there's like one way that you can style it, and I will like that one specific way. So I don't think they're too versatile. But they, you know, the tongue jackets, the sport jackets, right? This is one, I think it went viral with this one girl who wore the blue jacket and a white ruffle skirt and stuff. And I thought like that was amazing styling. And like once I saw that, I'm like, you have to wear it that way and no other way. It was like, basically in my head, you gotta wear it in a way where you can show off your legs. And I'm like, I can literally not show off my legs. That would not in the way that I'm like restricted religiously or anything. I'm like, I just have ugly legs. It would look shit on me. Wait, in fact, I'm curious to see if there's been a bird with a mutation with another wing. With a 3rd wing. Gazing upon them is the best plan. Fair enough. I only get something that would actually work. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yeah, even if I really like them, I wouldn't be able to wear them all that much. And I have so many jackets. I have too many jackets. Are they skinny as a chicken? Not necessarily. But you know, they need to be like nicely shaped, you know? I might kind of look like pig's leg. So I can't. I look like I've given birth to 3 children already. I've got those like mom legs. So yeah, they don't need to be like skinny. They can be muscular and stuff, you know, but like I've got fatty legs. So that's just not good. Like if leg look like this, you could wear anything. Hey, you can see it now. So yeah, maybe if there are some jackets, but I don't think they're actually part of the official New Year's collection that I like, that I would buy. But yeah, I think those were fake. Sometimes I see like fake jackets and it's kind of confusing me. And then also I think the colors might not suit me. They might be a little too pale. So I'm like, nah, I was not made for those jackets. We were not meant to be. Oh shit. Do this, do that. I guess actually I don't really need to do that, but... Okay. And I do have her other leg. Why didn't you have to do it like that? Did I have like this whole... Oh, hold on, let me redo that. actions. Oh, since I do have a little bit of space, I should probably do it like this. Layer here with the auto action. Oh. Paste and merge. Paste and merge. And as usual, I just go down. Down the layers, and we'll just update everything slightly. What is this? Oh, the lines. Okay. And then I have to think about this part of whether or not I really want to do that. And then after this, probably put that underneath. And then I'll grab the layer with the leg. What a pain. It is a little messy of a process right now. I don't know if I like it just yet, but maybe it can speed up my process a little. See, I think what speeds up your process is doing, like, finding a way that you think is efficient. Like, find the most efficient way, and then just stick and practice and get more efficient at it. Which I don't do. I don't do that. I keep switching my processes. Okay. And then paste that over here, put it underneath. Do you have any tips for rendering? Keep it simple. Rendering is not that complicated. You've got light, you've got shadow. You've got just you have like a handful of parameters. You've got edges, right? Soft versus hard. We've got like lighting, right? Light, shadow, bounce. We've got materialism. Usually it's just is it matte or is it glossy? Right? That branches into like reflections go in that part. Right? And then you got a local color. That's pretty much it. There's not a lot to it. And then you use all of that to design contrast. Right? So yeah, just think while you do. Think while you're doing. You're like, do I want this to be flat? Do I want this to be soft? Should this be a hard edge? Should it be a soft edge? What is this part? What I am currently painting? Am I painting a form shadow or am I painting a cast shadow? What am I doing? You can't just mindlessly draw, you know? Weirdly enough, drawing always feels like, oh yeah, you're just having fun, you're just making it look good. So you just need to look at it and feel it and make it intuitive. That's wrong. Analyze. Optimize. Iterate. It's surprisingly... Art is surprisingly analytical. I don't think a lot of people realize. It was very analytical. And then on top of that, on top of being analytical, suddenly you also have to, you know, like develop the skill to execute. So it's like honestly, it's an all-in-one kind of thing. You gotta do it all. And then if you actually want to make it as a job, you also need to have a business mindset, right? So you do the marketing and promotion and stuff. Figure out the algorithm and stuff. But yeah. It was just a hobby. Just practice, I guess. Just look and practice. If you're planning to make a career out of it, a little bit difficult. Like it's not different from other works. Except for that you also always have to keep up with the trends and like stay up to date. Like for example, Hitler failed. You didn't expect that. Hitler didn't get into the art academy they wanted to get in because his art was outdated. It was just too old. He didn't understand contemporary taste. So they didn't accept him. And that's why he became a dictator instead. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Also, he was bad at art. Low-key. Like, I don't know, he had like a level of rendering, but overall the foundations, like sometimes his perspectives would just be really off and you're like, why is it even off? It's like the basics of the basics. Are you pursuing art as a career or as a passion? I'm dropping it. For me, it's just a hobby at this point. It's probably more stable to get a more stable job yourself. Like if you have the grit, the passion, the drive, go for it. I don't. I'm burnt out. Because it's a very volatile market, right? So you gotta have a good sense and a good business sense as well of how to market yourself, because you yourself are the product, right? I think that's, yeah. So you gotta understand what makes a product, how do you say it? Wanted? Yeah, for me, I just want to draw pretty things, so I'll just be doing that. I'll just draw whatever I want. You could say I'm a failed artist, but it's like... It's more like that I don't want to... So I'm not an artist, like an illustrator or something. I'm a 3D artist for games, right? And it's kind of like... 3D is not my passion. It just isn't. I don't enjoy doing it that much. But if you want to stay in the industry, right, you need to up your skill level And I started pretty late. I don't put a lot of time into it. And I don't want to spend all of my free time trying to improve a skill that I don't even enjoy. Does that make sense? Because you know how difficult it is to improve at art. I don't think I have that good of a sense of improving stuff naturally. Like, I improve at a pretty slow speed, I think. I don't think that's good for like a fast-paced industry. It's not fast-paced. Oh, well, I mean, it is digital, so it's fast-paced in a way. But it's like, there will be younger people. They've spent all their time in, for example, high school, doing 3D work. That already are further than me in that aspect. So I'm like, eh. But to be fair, like, you can also still win in terms of having experience and the critical and strategic thinking, right? To make a project run smoother and stuff. And so in that sense, I wasn't too worried. But you know how the games industry is. Lots of layoffs. It's also very volatile, right? It's either investors or you get funding from the state or something like that, at least in Germany. But you never know if it'll, like, it's always like, all right, now we have the next 2 years are safe. But what's after that? At what point are we like shutting down, etc.? So I'm like, do I want to keep playing this game, or do I maybe want to do something else? Right? Do you do commissions? I do. I do. You can find me on VGen. Right now they're closed though, because I do have quite a lot. Plus I'm not going to be jobless anymore in a bit. I think I have to start working starting next week. I was like, maybe I still have a month left. So I can work on like 1 or 2 commissions, but I don't. So now I'm going to go back to having a day job and then spending the rest of my time like grinding at commissions. So yeah. The swallow ASM. Oh, sorry. My mic is very like, I have to raise the gain a lot because it's pretty quiet. Oh. So yeah, you can literally hear everything. Not very refined just yet, but probably fine for now. Oh, hi, how's everyone doing? What's been going on? Oh, it's Valentine's in a bit, huh? I should make some chocolate again. I think I'll make some matcha strawberry chocolate because I missed the Rittersport. There was a Rittersport strawberry, like matcha strawberry edition, and I kind of missed it because I didn't know there was one. I think you had to go to the flagship store for that though. But yeah, I live in the city where there is a flagship store. So I could have gotten it, but I didn't know about it until it was too late. I was like, what? They had strawberry matcha flavor? I'm good. I might be getting a new tablet. Oh, that's nice. I want a bigger tablet. Low key. I can't afford one. Oh. Okay, let's keep that for now. Let me take this. Just erase on this edge specifically. It's a Samsung Galaxy one. Oh, you mean like a smaller drawing tablet? Oh yeah, interesting. I should get used to drawing on there too. But yeah, the palm rejection for the one that I have isn't the greatest, so that's been holding me back, kind of. And then the pen that I had, it ended up, like, the nib ended up getting destroyed. So I was like, guess I won't be drawing on my tablet. No, not like a drawing tablet, but like a regular one. Had a bad word? I mean... it's not necessarily bad. If you said, I had a heart attack, you know? That means you're still alive. You had the heart attack. You survived to tell the tale. Maybe that's a bad example, actually. I had depression. Now you don't have it anymore. See? It's not necessarily a bad word. Indeed a bad one. Yeah. Are you a glass half empty or glass half full kind of person? I'm both, depending on what state the glass was in before I saw it. If it was filled up and you stopped at the halfway point, then it's half full. If we started at the top and at the halfway point, it's half empty. Easy. Glass empty because I'm a thirsty hoe? No logic. Millie is the resident feeler. No thought in that little head of hers. I like my glass full halfway. Half empty? Why? Hey, why? A feeler. She is. She feels so much. It's so interesting to see the differences. You know those MBTI quizzes, right? You never really think about it too much until you're actually confronted with someone who's the exact opposite of you. And you're like, what the heck? Because for example, right? Some people, well, me at least, right? I just logic myself out of it. I'm like, oh, feels bad. But then I think about it, I'm like, oh, okay. And I move on. But some people, they just need to feel it. I don't know how they get out of it. Do they just keep spiraling? Do they just like stop at some point? When do they stop? Is there a mechanism for them to stop? Or do they just have to feel and process it? Like, how do they process it? Right? For a thinker, it's easy. You just think it through and then it's done. I think. At least that's what it is for me. Right? I'll have a night. I'm kind of like, you know what? It's funny because Frieren is the same. I have the same MBTI as Frieren. I will be crying for 3 days straight. And then afterwards I'll be fine. I haven't watched that episode just yet. We didn't do movie night yesterday. feeling something up does help more. Wait, what? I mean, I'm not saying I don't feel, right? I will also have like a crying fit and stuff. But I can just like think my way through it and then I'll stop, right? It won't devastate me. Does that make sense? I feel like feelers usually get a lot more devastated. And I don't understand why. Is it because they don't have the stopping mechanism of thinking, or is it just like I don't get it. Funny thing, I was just watching Frieren cry. You know what's even funnier? I forgot about that scene because I think in the manga it was just a single panel. It was a single panel of her just like crying, right? And everyone just standing at the door. What's funny is that she's the only girl too. So I feel like the others, they have no idea how to deal with girls. And I wonder if they were standing there thinking like, is this how girls are? And then on the other hand, they were also confused and were probably talking about like, is this just because she's an elf? Is this a racial thing, or is it just a sexism thing, a gender thing? Right? Yeah, the anime added more. I love that though. I do like that. It's also funny that it happened right after the Stoic discourse, you know? They added it right after, like, oh, everyone's so stoic, etc. I think I'm really glad that everyone kind of has a mild temperament. Because every time, all of the anime, everyone's so intense. It's nice to have a little bit of change once in a while, you know? All of these shonen anime, everyone's so like intense and you're like, bruh, chill. You're being edgy at this point. And then and even Solo Leveling, the dude doesn't have a lot of emotions either. Like he's also fucking stoic, but he's stoic in a boring way. Sung Jin-woo. We're only watching him because he's hot and handsome. It really is a power fantasy with that guy. I was watching him, I'm like, man, he's got the personality of a wet rag. I haven't really seen her live it yet. No, I think that's fine. I don't think, see, she's a thinker. And I don't think she's the type to even get livid. Does it make sense? Even though I'm like the same, even though I'm the same MBTI as her, technically, apparently, according to the interwebs, there's still different types of angers, you know? There's a type of angers where people actually get, as you say, livid, right? And they go berserk. But there's also the type of anger where they like cool down. Does it make sense? You know those people that go quiet when they are angry? Yeah, those. I think those people are scary. Genuinely. The quiet anger is what I think is scary. The cold, like when it chills. That is scarier than someone who's actually like angry, right? I'd rather someone yell at me and like get frustrated with me than someone who's has like really cold anger. Are you one of those people? Yeah. So I think it's fine. Even if she doesn't have the like angry, passionate demeanor that we all want to see from her or something. I don't know. I don't understand why everyone wants to see people so angry. Does it make sense? It's exhausting. Anger is exhausting. Like, why do you want everyone to be angry? Like, you can fight for things without having to be angry and raging, you know? especially since Frieren is like one of the strong people. She doesn't need to be angry. She has a lot of power. Right? I get that you need to be angry if you want to change a system, like an unfair system. There's a reason why, you know, French revolutions were a thing. Like French-style revolutions, right? I fully understand that, but if you're literally like an apex predator, like as they would say, apex predator, she's like one of the strongest mages in the fucking world. There's no need for her to get angry. Right? She can handle it all. Oh, my mouth is not moving. Wait, hold on. Is that better? Maybe. Serie is showing how anger can be better handled in a more positive manner. Makes sense for me. I don't even know if she... Well, I guess. But then also, I don't know if Serie is even angry. Because as I said, right? The... elves tend to have, for example, like a lack. They do have a lack of romantic feelings or something like that, right? In that sense, but I don't know. Kraft didn't seem like he was very emotionally unavailable. But he did show a little bit of... He was not angry necessarily, but he showed a lot of dislike towards Uber, right? So it's not like they don't have those emotions. And even Frieren, she had underneath that resignation. I mean, at that point she was resignated, I suppose, by the time Flamme found her. But she honestly, I think she still feels anger towards the demons. But it's not the blind rage anymore, you know? There's too much time that has passed for her to still be just like blindly raging. So at this point she just sees them. She got so used to killing demons and stuff that she was like, yeah, these are just beasts. They're not humans. You can't be angry at them because there's nothing you can change about them. Right? But like she did go berserk. She almost killed herself trying to save the village. So I know what people are talking about. There's just no media literacy in that person, I think. That started the whole thing. She learned their methods to hunt them better. Yeah, so at this point she just... Yeah, she literally just hunts them. And in that sense, I think the demons are pretty, like, the world building is solid on that. You know, I was going through those comments and they were all like, yeah. Like, under the original post, a lot of them were, like, agreeing with the dude. And they were like, yeah, I expected more from the demons. Because in other media, they would... I'm like... Oh, why does Frieren need to do it the same way as other media, right? In other media, they would do this and they would have more depth. And I'm like, see, I don't want to say the point is that they are nothing more than beasts, and it's us humans and our perception, you know, that fucks us over. We do put like meaning into things where there is no meaning sometimes, and the demons are just one example of it. Right, so you, on one hand, yeah, you gotta cherish the small moments, but also do not get distracted by things that are simply nature, right? It's basically like, they're just, I don't know, like psychopaths, basically. Though I'm not saying you should kill all psychopaths or something like that, it's just something that cannot be helped. And learn to accept that, I guess. There's some things that are nature and they cannot be helped, and it's just the way things are. think about it too much. Right? And they're all basically just proving the point. And the fact that it happens over and over again is just driving the point home. I think that's fine. You'll have other types of people and issues that you want to tackle. Because I wonder if it's maybe because of those like heroic stories where people always want to beat the evil and stuff, so they need the evil to be formidable or something. So they feel good. Like, so they can bring glory home, and I wonder if that's like a way to chase glory for them. I gotta sneeze, I think. I'm saying I think that's a very like Is that like a superhero type of way of thinking? I wonder if that's shaped by the superhero media culture that we have. Usually everyone wants to be heroic in some way. That's why we love these like power leveling fantasies. Could also be a sense of escapism, where it's like, the world is so shitty, I'd rather have to try and just survive in a zombie apocalypse than deal with whatever complicated mess we're dealing with right now. Stuff like that, you know? A lot of these things also can play part in it. Well, who knows? Yes, I can see heroic stories playing a role in that, but other stories also contribute. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, I do like the way Frieren is structured. It's just so soothing. And then also a lot of these like life philosophies in every single little scene. And it's beautifully done as well, I think. There's one scene that kind of changed my brain chemistry, and it was that one scene where they were making shaved ice, right? And Frieren and Haita were like, "Oh my god, you're making shaved ice!" And it's not the like crackly one, but it's like the fluffy type as well and stuff. And Aizen was just there being the voice of reason, and it's like, this is ridiculous and stuff, right? Like we have better things to do than just, you know, goof around and play. And then Himmel asked him, do you want to have a painful and frustrating journey or something like that? And I was like, you're so right. You are so right about that. Like, why not take things lightly? It's like, it's not that it like actually you know, I think I read like an old lady's, I don't know, it might have been an advice or something. And she was also like, you should like take things lightly. Take light steps in your life, you know? Take things as lightly as you can. Something like that. And I think Himmel really embodies that type of mindset. Like, life is hard enough. Why make it even more difficult for yourself? And people do say like think positively, but usually it sounds so fake. Not fake, but it sounds counterproductive, but it's actually, I think I might get what they actually mean with that. But yeah. Oftentimes like, it can come off as patronizing and stuff. I get that. I do think that the people are right. The people who live lightly usually have a better and more enjoyable life. isn't it also kind of the stoicism thing? Like, yeah, go feel your feelings, you know? Be aware of what it is, but don't let it affect yourself too much. Let it pass. I honestly should read that weird book, but I'm I'm like at that age where I'm like, nah, I don't want to be that pretentious just yet. I'll figure it out on my own. I'm not gonna let some like old dude tell me how I should live my life. I'm clever enough to figure it out on my own. An enjoyable life can be something that varies from person to person. I mean, yeah, of course, that is a given. You can have something and yet still feel empty. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, because you're lacking something that you actually want and need. It's like with those people, the thing that people always say about money, right? Money doesn't buy happiness. Right? You can have all the money that you want, but you still won't be a successful person if you can't have the family, for example, that you want. Right? You kind of like focus on getting rich so that you can build a family, but by doing so, you neglected all of the other steps that are needed to get a family. And then now you sit on a pile of money and you can't find a genuine person. Right? It's like that, obviously. Obviously. It's like the most obvious thing in the world. We don't even need to discuss that. It's more about seeing things in perspective, right? Sometimes you're beating yourself up over things where, if you think about it, in 10 years, you'll probably look back and be like, oh my god, that was silly. Why did I even worry about that? You know? So sometimes when I'm like, I don't know, in the dumps, I'll think about it and be like, is it something that I would worry about 10 years in the future? Or is it something that I would be like, okay, I learned from that? You know, it was an experience as well. The small things can be valued more by someone else. Then of course that makes one wonder what success even is. Success depends on the definition of success depends on the person. Like it depends on what you as a person want to attain. So, and for some people, it's just to get rich and live a lavish life, right? For others, it's like build a career for themselves that they can be proud of, or like gain recognition from other people. For some people, it's building and maintaining a family. You know? Let's see. Honestly, maybe I'm more comfortable with marker type of drawings. I need to put texture. There's no texture. Marker drawings are too easy. So comfortable to do. Yeah. The question is, how do I paint this? I use this color for bounce light. Where's the direct lighting coming from? I did not give it a direction. That's my problem. Wait. Oh no, okay. Whew. Whew, I was planning for a little bit. I shouldn't. I thought I deleted the layer. Oh, let's undo that. Oh. Oh. Okay, well, what part of it is going to be a form shadow and what part is going to be actual lighting? See, that is one thing that I haven't really thought about too much. Which is why I have 3 steps instead of 2, and I don't like that. Because I think this might have just been the Terminator line. I think I need the marker for this. I mean, that is a window. Well, I will head on out. Have a good one. I don't know where you are, so have a good night or day, wherever you are. Also needs to have a soft shadow, I think. Maybe I'll blend it a little bit. We'll see. And maybe. Put it on top. And this drawing, nice to chat with you, and this drawing is great. Thank you, thank you. The clouds are gray. I don't know what kind of, it's a day so far. Gray is nice too. You know, it is a mood. I think you should enjoy the full range of weather that the world has to offer. Maybe not the intense experiences like tsunamis or anything like that. All weathers are kind of a vibe. When it's foggy and you're like, wow, nice. It's foggy. Man, what a vibe. It's so moody. You know, when it's raining, you know, you can hear the pitter-patter. When it's sunny, right? You can feel the sun on your skin. Even the sweltering heat can be good sometimes. Okay, hold on, let me... Man, I really don't know how I want to shade this. I just have to toggle off the line art for a while. I keep drawing these blouses and I never know how I want to shade them. So stupid. I'm trying to swallow so quietly. I'm also taking big chugs. So I don't think it's working, but you know. I should probably look up some reference with bell sleeves. Hmm. Oh. That is nice. It's so clean. And nice and matte. It's black fabric, so it's a little different. Does this person have? I don't think they have bell sleeves. They usually have tech art. Maybe not them. Not Toriki. I guess I'll just have to go onto Instagram. Not Instagram, Pinterest. What about Zumi? Oh, right, the grays. Keep forgetting that I want to add some grays. But usually the light directions are really clear. I feel like I don't have that for myself. So for me, it's like a bit of a top. You know, it doesn't look bad, so maybe it's okay. Maybe I just need to reshape this afterwards. I'm trying to lock in, okay. I don't like that. It feels like this is where the cutoff should be. It's like I can see a little bit of the vision, but at the same time, I can't. Can't fully visualize what I'm trying to do. Maybe I should squint. That's not it either. Wait, actually, that goes that way. It's kind of coming from below. Like this? Maybe? Okay, wait, hold on, let me try something again. Basically, all of this underside is lit, but there's an arm in between. So it kind of gets blocked off. Maybe into this direction, that's a question. And then there's also the sleeve. There's blocking view from the light. And just doing like that. And this would technically be dark. But it's not because there's some extra folds. And then also lighting from above, hitting. Maybe? I can't visualize the form of a fucking bell sleeve right now. It's kind of killing me. It didn't get better, that's a problem. I think I have to stick to this one. This one actually looks... I think I have to stick to this one, yeah. No, my soup dumplings, they got cold. Oh, I think this might be it. Maybe we can add just some small little folds. I have to soften up the edge a little later. But for now, this should do it. This. That would probably be a bit of a gradient, maybe. This would fade out or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Oop. I do want a little bit of the light seeping through the fabric. But it's always a little difficult to draw. I did plan the folds out quite neatly, so I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. So, just a curvature. Is this where you'd make things a little bit lighter? Just forgot if it needed a gradient to feel glowy, you know? Yeah, I think that might have been it. Oh, that's a little messy. See, I'm too stubborn to use blurring. blowing brushes. I really should be using them. I just don't like the effect. You're leaving? Okay, bye bye. Nighty. Wait, you're number one? You said like 2 things, Millie. I should change too. I'm always number one? We'll see about that when we play Mario Kart. But yeah, have fun building, I guess, in Heartopia. I'm done building and I hate it. Can't be that bad. Just a little bit of composition. You're good at that. I'm not great at interior design either. You're good at composition. Shut the fuck up. You've seen the Xeno drawing. There was good composition. Just do the same for your Heartopia house. Hi Diesel. It looks a little muddy. Yeah. Guess it's fine. Hmm. I do need to simplify these folds. They are a little weird. Pinterest. Oh, that's a nice pattern. I might remember this for the windows. It was nice too. For the grid, you know. This folder. Okay. Oh wait, what's it called? Puff sleeve? Oh my gosh, I have a whole different... Oh dear. Oh dear. See, this is why I should do more close studies. What the heck? What the heck? What? A message got retracted? I need something that is lit from below. I think the first one of these things, weirdly enough, they're kind of lit from below. I don't like the structure though. Guess that's how it works. I just didn't. Ah, that's true. There should probably be plates. It's cuffed, but it's not really cuffed, so maybe it's just shaped. As long as that feels a little better, maybe I'll be okay. Oh, that piece is pretty. Thank you. Thank you, Errol. I do like it too. Actually, I'm thinking, do I want the extra pleats? Not pleats, but you know, the ruffle. Or do I actually kind of want it to be like a clean puff sleeve? You know, there are some of those like blouses that do have a cleaner look to them. I kind of want that clean look. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of detail in this. And so if I do this, I'd rather have it simple like that. Because it kind of... It looks like a jellyfish, so it's a little distracting. Forgot if this was... Should I melt this? Maybe. Anyways, Errol, how are you doing? What's been going on? I am probably not going to be unemployed for much longer. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the unemployment sphere. I don't know how to feel about it. It's good. Overall, it's good. On the other hand, I'm also like, you know what? I don't want to work. Oh, that's great. Ending your unemployment era while I'm starting mine. It's okay. Honestly, I think just take it as a small break or something. It happens. It'll happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. Don't let that get you down in the dumps or something. Especially if you've been hit with layoffs or something like that, you know? Like for that, talent doesn't really matter. At least in the creative industry, you know? I had so many talented people and they just got laid off. It's too much. I struggle of wanting a job, but not, yeah. Yeah. You want a job for the money, you know, you don't want to be broke. But not working is also kind of nice, you know? Five. You're already 15 days behind. Another two. Another two. 15. There you go. I wish I just had a button or something that would update it. I could probably write a script, but I'm too lazy. Yep. We'll see how many I'll get this year. I think we didn't even reach 300 last year. Obviously, I did sneeze at least 300 times in a year, but you know. my eyes. Okay. But for now, I'll leave the sleeve alone for now. Maybe. I think we were at like 285 or something. 80? 85, yeah. Okay, and then I'll go back to the dress. Since I've painted everything evenly, I need to take out a little bit of the saturation. See, this is why I'm like, usually that is why I would like to separate. That's why I'd like to separate the light and dark. The light and shadow. I need to control where I put saturation. I'm so bad at that. I'm trying to make it vibrant, but I don't get enough color contrast, saturation contrast to execute it. Also did not want it to be that bright. To check again. So the opacity, actually. Clipping mask. I'll brighten some of these areas. This part's a bit... It's probably fine. Alright, I think I'll just take this really quick. Get this clean. And then get the hair. Why is it so messy? What is this? That's a lot of that's a very high. She's balding. Okay. So I have the reference, so I can just kind of delete. Honestly, I could probably do this. A little bit of a glow, not too much. And then I actually just wanted to clean up, yet here I am. Clean up who? We're re-rendering. Get to the thickness. Is that direction? Oh yeah, that works. That should work. There we go. Now I can use this vertically. And then switch back to horizontally if I need it. The clean look of the puffy sleeve works well with the rest of the dress. Yeah. That's why it needs to stay that clean. Because I had already designed the dress, so I can't really change it. I think this should probably be all for the harsher shadows. I'll just stick to these parts. I also don't want too much rhythm in there. I don't think I can finish it within 2 days. I might be cooked because I can't decide. I can't decide on when it's going to be like done visually. This one, you know? No, I can't do that. This is why I'm so all over the place. Because I'm like rendering everything up a little bit and I'm like, does this look done? And I'm like, nah, it doesn't look done. And then I keep going back in and I'm like, is this done? And it's not done. I'm like, you know what? It's not polished enough. And I go back in everywhere. I'm like, is this done? I don't know to what degree I want to polish something. This is my biggest problem, honestly. I really love these Angel Lucia artworks you do because they feel flowy and create a nice atmosphere. Thank you! Thank you. It's because I can't think of any fan art to do. I don't have any ideas for fan art right now. Which is why I'm sticking to girls. Just pretty girls, pretty angels. I never thought I'd be having this problem, to be honest. Because for the longest time, I've always been drawing fan art rather than original art. Wow, I just slurred those words. Wow. Okay, so Got a layer. Let's grab this. I've been feeling that too recently, but it's nice to go back to creating someone or something from scratch. Yeah, it is. It is. It also feels nice to have something where I'm like, you know what, I could probably put this on my wall. Like, you know? Because with fan art, I usually feel like, I don't know. Some things are not really meant to be put on the wall. I'm like, eh. Wait, did I just lose? No, I didn't. I thought I lost pen pressure for a second. And I'm putting this underneath and then this above. I can't wait for the new D Gray Man chapter. It's already out. I don't know where to read it just yet. I know piracy is bad, but it, you know, they don't sell. They don't sell D Gray Man volumes anywhere in Germany. I don't have access to it. Oh, what do you think about the whole Batoto shutdown? How do you feel about that? Also, if anyone has found the new link, just link me. Just DM me. I know that apparently there's a new link, but yeah, people have been gatekeeping it better now. So yeah, if anyone found the link, just give it to me. DM it to me. I'll stay quiet. Only I will use it. Still not caught up with D Gray Man. I need to log in. Yeah. The art got so pretty. I think it's really worth it. But then also, it's only one chapter every 3 months, right? The quality is worth the wait. But it's like, you kinda... The story feels a little... It's a little hard to follow sometimes, right? Because not a lot... It is a little bit more slow-paced than the modern shonen. Like, the journey is a lot longer. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, what happened? It's been 3 months. I don't know where we are right now. What I usually do is I read the previous chapter again, and then we're like, oh, this is where we were, right? Stuff like that. But now we can't even reread because they've been taken down everywhere. The chapters. Also, yeah, Hoshino doesn't appreciate panels of the chapter being shared around. But I heard Lavi is back. It's been like 10 years or something since the last time he's been seen in action. He might actually be like awake and talking for the first time in a decade. Last time we had a little bit of a flashback, but it was, you know, like the history between the two. So I don't know. I do have most volumes in France. Oh yeah, they do. I think D. Grayman is like on the list, on the top list of most sold. I literally saw a tweet just today where Japanese people were like, oh my god, D. Grayman is on that list. And it was a list of France's top selling like manga volumes or something. And the Japanese were like, what the heck? D. Grayman's on there. Free him, free Lavi, for real. Like, he's been in a chair for so long, and then he was bedridden for another 3 months. Can you believe it? We don't even know how he got out of the chair. Who saved him? Who got him there? Oh, did Bookman sell him? What? I don't know. It's insane because nobody talks about it in France, but the fans are there. They are. The Grayman fans are loyal. Also, even I've seen the Grayman fans pop up recently as well, talking about Jujutsu Kaisen and how much it takes from D. Grayman. I didn't notice. Honestly, I didn't notice. Right? But apparently the themes are there. And it's not just one person. There's like, it feels very close to D. Grayman. There was another person who was like, yeah, I felt that too. Glad it's not just me. And there's an actual like reference to Katsura Hoshino in the manga as well. So I'm like, wow. There was that, yeah. And then also apparently Gege gives really good compliments or something. Akutami Gege. Because apparently he gave such a good compliment to, I think, Tite Kubo or something? The Bleach author, that he was like, I want his number. I don't know what Gege did, but yeah. Low-key, I want to know. I didn't notice either, but I'm pretty casual with JJK, so I don't focus much on it. Yeah, I was pretty casual too, so that's probably why. Why didn't notice it? And I'm also pretty casual with D. Grayman. I did watch all of the anime back when I was like really young. I think I was like, oh my god, early teens. Definitely somewhere around like 13 to 14 or something. It was such a good show too, honestly. It was a long journey. And then it was definitely very like 2000s, but I feel like in a good way. Does it make sense? I think Lavi was the only one who was a little bit of like the playboy character who was like skirt chasing. But it was never it was never disrespectful. Right? Because a lot of the shows were like really, I don't know, actually like disrespectful. I'm like, oh, you know, Mineta type of perversion. Does it make sense? I don't think I got that sense at all from D. Grayman, actually. The first time I tried to watch D. Grayman, I started with Halo. I was not caught up with the manga, so oh my god, that must be so confusing. There's literally 104 like episodes of the first season of D. Grayman or something. And then after that, that's when you get into D. Grayman Halo. Yeah, D. Grayman feels so very early in a shonen way. Yeah, definitely. It feels even older than Full Metal Alchemist. I think Pandora Hearts, D. Grayman, and Black Butler authors. Those three. I think those three are friends or something. So they do have a similar vibe. I do like that. I really love Pandora Hearts. I don't know. You know what? And I noticed when I was rereading Pandora Hearts, just how emotional, how good Mochijun was with like expressing emotions and making things feel tragic and stuff. She was so good. She's so good at making like tugging at your heartstrings, you know? Even in the way she draws and like presents the page, etc. And I feel like a lot of modern anime lack that beauty in emotion. It's like intense, but beautiful at the same time. Does it make sense? It's kind of weird to explain. Because I feel nowadays people are always going for the raw emotion kind of thing. So they try to make it more grounded or a little bit more... I don't know. It's hard to describe, really. It feels like the idealized version of emotions in Pandora Hearts. Does it make sense? Kind of weird description, but... It feels romantic. Pandora Hearts is heart-wrenching. It is. It is. I've been trying to get people into it. But yeah, with Potato gone, it's, you know, and all of the other like websites shutting down, it's pretty hard to get a hold of it nowadays. I think you can probably still buy it online, maybe like EPUB versions or something. But yeah, overall pretty hard to get. And the Scanlator groups, right, that had actually translated it before, they all like closed down, shut down, and removed the links and stuff. So you have to go to really obscure sites, pages, to actually have access to it and be able to read it. And the thing is, the first few like chapters and quality, they're also a little rough. But it gets really good later. The scans do get better and crisper and stuff. But yeah, it did take a while. Well, let's go with a slightly more violet. Keep the area around the skin. the eye and stuff. We'll keep it warm around there. Like that. Me too. I have a friend who's a fan of both Black Butler and Dick Raymond, but never read Pandora Hearts. I need to put those books in her hand somehow. Hold on. Hold on. I'll send you a link. I did find a web page that still had it. Give me a second. Copy link. Give me a second. Where are you, Errol? Hopefully. It's kind of weird though, because Pandora Hearts still has a lot of events. So it feels like it didn't really die. Seems to be still like very, I don't know if I can say popular, but it still seems to have a solid fan base in Japan, even without fan scans. But in the West, yeah. In the West, the fandom is mostly like the people who read it when, 10 years back. They have cafe and neo art sometimes. They do. I wanted the Have You Got No Shame Elliot Fries. I did get some of the 15-year anniversary merch. So I got the music box. Wait, it's over here. Don't mind me. Just dropped some stuff. Let's pick it up. I'm gonna pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. There we go. Oops, there's another one. Oh. It's a little dusty. Wait, hold on, where do I wind it? Oh. Oh shit. Okay, I think I managed to stop it. We'll see. But yeah, I got that. The music box. It wasn't, it's so pretty. Yeah, I think you have to Google it, but But it's also like one of my favorite BGMs. It's like Will. It's called Will. The anime, Pandora Hearts anime, I think it was technically people consider it shit, so we don't talk about it a lot. But the music was great. Music was by Yuki Kajiura, right? The one who made... Wait, I forgot. Did they work together with Kalafina or something? They also made the music for Sword Art Online, for example. Right? Lots of these like opera type of songs. Kajiura, yeah. And other famous, she's a very famous composer, so they worked on Pandora Hearts. Yeah. So that was great. I played all of the songs on the piano from Pandora Hearts back in the day. For Die Greyman as well, the like 14th Noah melody or something. I like when anime have like pretty lullaby songs like that. I don't know if I can make it a lot more vibrant. Let me see. This is the closest I'll get, huh? Can't wait. I'll just do this and then I'll clean it up. Clean it up. Just very lightly. Last time I've ever tried to learn a music piano was Pandora Hearts' Lacy in high school. Yeah. Yeah, I played a lot of Annie songs in high school as well. I'd take Annie Menses like sheets and I'd play those. I actually was considering playing a piece on like my graduation thingy, but I never managed to play it well. I was like, if I'm gonna play it, it's gonna go big. Otherwise, I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Because there was a girl who then did play the violin. It was not impressive. I'm sorry, it was not impressive. Maybe it was because I was in like a music major in high school, right? And the people who were in my music class were amazing. One of the girls, she would like compose by herself, make covers and stuff, and like she was really good at it. And then one of my juniors had really high technical skills, so I was like, nah, I can't do it. And then, you know, like every Asian plays the piano, and I also had like a friend who played the piano, and she was like also really, you know, she had one of those teachers that would like be really strong on technique and stuff. And I did not have any of that, so I was like, nah. If I can't play this properly, so I will not be performing. I was practicing so hard. Nagisa, I think. Nagisa. Oh wait. Oh sorry. Oh wait. No. Anima Demo Piano. This version is playable, I think. This person's version is playable because they made it playable, but I was trying to play this one. Okay, listen to this. And it's like easy. It's not doable, like it's not impossible. But I couldn't do it at the original tempo. I should have just slowed down, it would have been fine, no one would have noticed. But I was like, nah, if I can't do it the original tempo, I'm not doing it at all. This part is surprisingly easy. You'd think it's difficult, it looks difficult, but this one's still doable. This one's a little bit difficult. this section, you're going, like, this is where I started cramping. This is the type of speed that I cannot keep up with anymore. Oh yeah, and then for these, I had to take these off. These are all like accords, right? I just had to do them like just the top notes. The thing with this one is, you do not have a single break. By the time you get to the like actual beautiful part, like all of the, there is no actual beautiful part. All of these parts are beautiful. Every single like section of this is enjoyable to play, to listen to when you play it. So it never gets boring. Does it make sense? There are some piano pieces that you play where you're like, man, I hate this section, but all of these sections are beautiful. Okay. And yeah, as you can see, there's not a single break for you to take. Like your hand, either you just tank, you have to tank the cramps, or you just need to get good. I don't know. I never got out. Like I would always have cramps. There was no way I could just play it normally. I guess this is where you would have the break. Psych! I like this part, but yeah, this looks easy, right? This looks... Okay, compared to the first section, it looks less stressful, but this part actually makes you cramp up so hard. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think you had to skip some of these notes. But I think I wanted to do them all. I think there were like, except for a few notes that would just be too fast to get, all of this was doable. I think I got up until this point. No, I think I actually got through. Yeah, I did get through this. I just never managed to polish it to a point where you could actually perform it on stage. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I think you just have to you know, play more slowly. But I think after I graduated, yeah, way after I graduated, this person released a cover, and the way they do this is a lot less taxing on your hands, I think. Because I think they simplified a lot of patterns. But it still sounds as good. Oh, this is a full cover. This was done way later, I think. Yeah, I think this person's crazy good. Give me a second. Anima. Work smarter, not harder. Music cover edition. For real. For real. I mean, it's always been that way, but I'm stubborn when it comes to that. I was stubborn. I mean, people probably didn't really appreciate it. They were like, nah, she just wants to brag. I'm like, I do want to play the hard pieces. You know? But like, people would be like, nah, you should like be able to play it correctly and perfectly. That's what like piano is about. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think piano, like people are very judgmental when it comes to piano. I was mostly playing it so I could, you know, play any songs. Songs that I like. Where's the... Oh, you know what? I have to go way back. 5 years, more than 7 years ago. There we go. Anima. Oh, they also played Altale. This one was the difficult one. I'll show you that one. Where's Anima? if they have Altalia. I forgot if they did Altalia or if they did Anima first. But I think they did take a lot of, for the Anima cover, I think they took a lot of inspiration from the sheet music I just showed you. I can, I know, this is the full. Ah! Wow. It must be like somewhere over here. But they only have the full version, it seems. I swear they had the like shorter version as well. Oh. Oh. It's way down here. Yeah, wait. That's still the full version. Oh yeah, here. 9 years ago. Oh, they might have actually like released it shortly before I graduated. No. Ah, maybe around the same time. Oh, yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I meant. They kind of stay. They do their thingy, but they stay. They don't jump around as much. I was like, that is a lot more. And the left hand patterns are just like going back and forth. Right? It's a lot more simplistic, but it still sounds as good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But this one's the more impressive one to me. Because, okay, I'll show you that and I'll explain. Piano sheet. I wanted to play this one too. I actually wanted to play this more than Anima. But Anima was easier to play than this one. Wait, can you even see it? Because you have to jump. To the casual listener, me, it sounds so pretty either way. Yeah, for real, yeah. Look at what kind of stupid jumps you have to do. Even this person like made a few misclicks. Right, basically you can see, wait. It starts so prettily. Yeah. That is how much. The thing is, it has to be muscle memory. There's no way you can look at both parts at the same time. You have to actually like start cross-eyeing or something. It's so pretty. And I think some of these there were like some notes that I couldn't even grab because they were bigger than an octave. I can do an octave and a nona? Like I can do 9 keys, but some of these things would be 10 keys and I couldn't reach the 10 keys. But yeah, it's having to jump with the right hand and with the left hand to do this, right? To do this pattern. It would go deeper and then like at the same time do these jumps. And I just couldn't do it at the same like speed. And I would often misclick. And then it keeps jumping too. Oh yeah, not to mention. These are three how do I say it? There's like 3 bars, but you can't play this as a single person. Except for a few, I think I read through the sheet music, and I think except for a few notes, that you wouldn't be able to hit, you should be able to play this as a solo. Technically. Physically, it's possible. Oh yeah, I think this was one of those. This is a C, and I think this was an E or something, and I wouldn't be able to press this bottom note, so I would just like do the top note and then jump down. Yeah, this is one of the things. I'm like, who the fuck has hands this big? Yeah. So I just play the melody, like these three, and then these three, and go down. Or like this as well, I think. This one was also too big. And I just do the top two notes. I would just like leave one note out. And it would be fine. There's like so many things going on. And then at the bottom, you still see how big of the jumps. Like you keep jumping the whole time. You have no break. Okay, I got this far for sure. Because this is pretty slow, so it's not that big of a deal. And then this I was too lazy to read. It took a while, but yeah, this is where I kind of like burnt out. Because I would play Anima for like 4 hours a day to practice it. And I burnt out by the time I was like, oh my god, now I have to decipher all of this. But at least, you know, it's very short pieces. It's just, you know. This one's got better breaks though. Anima doesn't give you a break. It's easier to play, but it doesn't give you any breaks. This one gives you breaks, but is like difficult with the jumps. I gotta sneeze. Oh, I think I also played... Oh, that's true. I think I also played the rondo for 97 keys piano sheet. But yeah, very, very beautiful piece. If I ever get to retire, I will go back and try to play these. So I forgot. I think this one. This one you can also play alone. This one wasn't too difficult, actually. I think if you just went for the melody, you could be able to use this to play this as a solo. So basically you do the jumps with one hand instead of playing these as a duo, and then you do the other one. Yeah. You do the other one with the other hand. You just have to decide what you cut out. Because I noticed a lot of duos, there's always like someone who just plays the same melody with two hands instead of, you know, making anything more complex. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I would play those songs on piano. And it was fun. It was fun, but I don't have the same type of time anymore nowadays. So now I just enjoy watching others play. But I still really like Animance's covers. Because he's got this like perfect balance of making it sound impressive, right? First of all, it is impressive. It sounds impressive because it is impressive, right? But then it's also not just a simple cover, right? He's actually arranging things, and that's what I like about him. Because a lot of the piano covers, they would usually, back in the day at least, they would do these like very simple things where it's like the right hand plays only one note at a time, which is the main melody, and then the right hand would go like dun 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 like that. I was like so tired of that. And Animans would always make like really great arrangements. So I'd like get his sheet music and then play those. I did listen to a bunch of his covers and they are still great. 10 years later, you know? Every time he brings out... I really liked his most recent covers too. The Iris Out. I was like, oh my god, I kind of want to get the Iris Out sheet music. And stuff. But yeah, I don't have a piano right now to play, funnily enough. It was very nice indeed. I should add a little bit of gray. Not sure how people do it. I need to get better at I don't know, controlling my values, I guess. Just slowly build up the light, I think. Because usually I go too hard and then I can't build any saturation. I also don't want it to be that glossy, but here we are, I guess. But yeah, it shouldn't be too distracting, I guess. Okay, that's good enough. And let's just clean it up. A little bit of... I guess it should technically be a little bit more blue. Question is... do I do this? Also, sometimes you need to connect things better. It's better to connect light and shadow. Okay, like that. So now she's got hair. I haven't added the knots just yet. There's also not a lot of detail on her skin, but I'll just go full white, like I originally did. Forgot if that was actually necessary or not, but we'll see. I'll use the airbrush. One of the rare occasions where I actually do. The eye is also not very vibrant just yet. I'm getting too clean again. I don't need to. I don't need to do it that cleanly. But yeah, I wanted to draw these like buttons. Like from the Adidas collection. I don't know how far on the piece you were at the beginning of the live stream before joining, but it looks like nice progress. This was where I was before. I did have the line art. So I was just... I had the colors, I had some line art, so I just, you know, started rendering. So I guess the progress is not too bad. But yeah, as you can see, look, I already lost a little bit of structure and contrast on the hair. Again. It's so easy. Like, it happens so fast. I forgot that sometimes I think for this type of lighting you just need to go black. You know how I always add a little bit of bounce light in the shadows? I think for this type of lighting you actually don't need that. You just go full black. Now it also kind of looks messy. See what I mean with, like, yeah, I start drawing and then I keep going back and forth. Now I have to put that curve back in. I also want to be able to draw like the glossy, the beautiful lighting and stuff. What is it called, with subsurface scattering and stuff? I can't. I can only draw matte. Oh, this looks like it's smelting a little bit too much. People are gonna accuse me of AI. At a convention that I was, someone was like, wait, you drew all of this yourself? I'm like, yeah? What did you think? And he was like, oh, I thought you just grabbed these off of the internet from somewhere and then like sold them. I'm like, oh. Took a little bit of critical damage with that one. I was like, oh, no. Yes, I do. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. Being an art thief or an AI, or AI generating it. I don't know what's worse. You thought I was reselling, yeah. Because I was like, I mean, yeah, my art is a little inconsistent here and there. I can see it. I can see that happening, but I also didn't expect that to happen. So that did still catch me off guard. I was like, oh, damn. I'll still take it as a compliment, I guess. It was so good he thought it was multiple people. But yeah, otherwise he was like really nice and stuff. Like, wow, yeah, I really like it. And then he's like, oh my god, in that case, let me buy. I'm like, bro. And he was like, yeah, then I definitely have to get something. I'm like, bro. Okay, but it doesn't look that inconsistent, Imagine reselling art but only one specific artist. Yeah, that's impersonating. Yeah, that's true. That's also true. Have cons been going well? So I only went on 2 cons, right? My first one, and then I had one recently. I don't know if I don't know if you heard, but yeah. That one was a bit of a doozy. At least getting there was a doozy. I'll retell the story of how I got to that convention, right? It was a very cold and icy day. My father has asked me to make sure. He was like, are you sure you want to go? Right? I was like, yeah, why wouldn't I want to go? He was like, it's really icy. I'm like, but you got new, winter. You got new winter, tires and stuff. I'll be fine. I was in fact not going to be fine. Basically, everything was going pretty well, you know, up until my exit, where I had to get out, right? So the last third of the way, it started getting actually quite winter wonderland D, I guess. It was really, it was really white and only one, there was one lane that would have been somewhat dry at least, right? And you know how there's 3 lanes and the rightmost lane is usually reserved, not reserved, but all of the trucks are going there, right? And then sometimes you have this one truck who's like, I gotta be a little faster. So he tries to overtake another truck. So 2 lanes are now blocked by trucks, right? So my ass went ahead and went onto the leftmost lane, which was full of ice, right? And up until that point, everything's still going pretty well. And I'm like, yeah, it's going fine. And then in front of me, one of the cars, I see it's like going back, like once the trucks were done overtaking and stuff, that guy was moving back until the middle lane, but he had his warning blinkers on, right? I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I had a little flashback to this one video of this one guy handling the situation really well, and even be able to put on, like, he was also getting into like a death spin or something on an icy road, and he still managed to hit the warning light, and people were like commending him about that in the comments, right? And like, oh my god, what a go, he did everything right? And I was like, ooh, that means in front is probably a little too icy, right? Let's get back onto the right lane as well, right? And in that moment when I like switched lanes, suddenly I felt the car slipping. I was like, oh shit, right? And because you're going kind of diagonal, like you can't just not stir the wheel, right? Steer the wheel. Okay, wait, hold on. We should look it up. Wait, hold on. Wait. We should look it up. I will tell you what I did, and I'll tell you what you shouldn't do. First of all, you shouldn't brake. I heard you shouldn't brake. I did not brake. I don't think I was even in the right headspace to brake, because all I was thinking about was like steering. Wait, hold on. Slippery ice steering on. Wait, hold on. Car sliding on highway ice. Oh yeah, I lost control. How do I stop it? Hold on. This is going to seem extremely unhelpful, but try not to drive on ice. Tiny bit of throttle and no sudden steering movements. Brakes won't help on sheets of ice, obviously. In the country I learned to drive in, a class on driving on slippery surfaces was required. Wet skid pad, braking on slippery roads, etc. I'm sure these exist as an optional course in the UK too. Brakes, why is this so difficult? Have schools given up on teaching? Really? I've been told that you shouldn't brake, because they are useless anyways. Imagine you're driving with a bowl of water in the car with you. Don't do anything that will make the bowl spill its water. Every operation needs to be smooth with minimal g-forces. Yeah. Slow down so you don't skid. Learn to deal with it, steer into it, etc, etc. Huh. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't do anything, you shouldn't do anything rash. Step 1, don't. Yeah. Basically what happened was I lost control, right? And you can feel the back slipping. So I did steer in the opposite direction because oh god, how do I say it? Oh my god. Because you're going this way. Right? So I was just steering the wheel. I steered too much. I think I should have just done a little. But yeah, the car was sliding. I was like going that way, right? And then I'd feel, and then I would be going this way, and I would feel the back sliding this way, right? And I would like drive the other way again. I think I was just lucky. I might have done everything wrong that you could do wrong, right? And then I would go back this way, but this time it would be more intense, right? And I was like, oh shit, right? I just kept steering. I was a sailor in that moment, okay? I felt like a pirate on a ship I was on the Titanic trying to steer the ship away from the iceberg, okay? And the last thing that I saw, right? The last thing that I saw was basically, this is my wheel, okay? This is me behind my wheel. And I was like driving, I was basically like this way. I was like, oh shit. Obviously, I'm just like sitting normally as well, right? And all I could see outside of the window basically was like this front. And you know what color the truck was? It was red. It's all I see. It's this giant red truck and it's huge ass wheels, right? And I think hold on. I think because at that point, right, this is the truck. I think at that point, because I was pretty much on this like less icy road, at that point. I managed to get out of it, and then this is where I landed, basically. Right? So I landed. Hello, I built robots. Great. Right? And so I was like in this position, going straight, and I think the other truck was right in front of me. I was like, oh my god. I'm never doing this again. Right? And I look into my, I was lucky I didn't crash because I had 2 lanes to myself where I could do the whole maneuvering, right? And I look in my rear mirror, okay? There's 3 lanes, right? It's like all of them were like filled to the brim. Like you could see multiple cars, right? And then there's like this one big truck, and then there's just me 50 meters in front. And they were all lined up like with this much distance, right? And I was looking at back, I was like, oh my god, people just watched me almost spin out. You would cry after this? I laughed. I laughed my ass off. I was like, like that, you know? Because in the end I made it. And then after that I was like, you know what, I will go. It doesn't matter if I'm late, I will just like go whatever speed the LKWs, the big trucks are going on this road for the rest of the way. Yeah. And then everyone was going 30 on a highway. And the second I got out of the spin, it started snowing on my car as well. Disney bully cars. For real. And then afterwards, right? They all saw me spin out almost like, yeah, I don't know, like 2 minutes ago. And then they just like kept driving and they like overtook me. Someone was driving like 120 kilometers per hour. I'm like, are you insane? You literally just saw a car almost crash. And you think you should go faster? What is wrong with people? Yeah. Anyways, that wasn't even Errol, the story's still not over, just so you know. It's still going on, right? So, we were on the highway. We were driving around 30 kilometers per hour, right? And then I had to get into my exit. The exit was like full snow because I think the city, like the town that I went to was like really small, right? So the exit was like full on snow and ice, and no, like there were no car tracks. That's how that's how little people like went there. There were no car tracks on the whole road from the highway into the town. I was like, oh shit. So it's extra slippery and stuff, right? And then I was going really slow. Honestly, it was good that there was no one else because I could go as slow as I wanted, right? So I went really slow, and every time I had to take a curve, I was like, am I driving or am I sliding? Is this a sled? Right? Yeah. It was more slippery in the small town than on the big highway. I was like, oh, okay. So this is what it's like, huh? I guess that's why my dad asked me. And later he told me he actually didn't want me to drive because it's also his car that I was driving with, right? So I called him. I was like, sorry, Dad, I almost crashed your car. He's like, that's why I told you I didn't want you to go. I'm like, sorry, Dad, it won't happen again. For sure. Yeah. So I got there. And I arrived at the destination that I put into my navigation, right? I was like, I don't really see the building. It's supposed to be like a manor type of like building, like a little like more olden, but all I see is this like super modern glass building, and there's also like this gate that says circus. I don't think I'm at the right place, right? And there were 2 parking lots close to each other that I had like scouted out, right? So I looked at it at the map where the location was. I'm like, oh, I'm at the wrong parking lot, right? Mind you, this parking lot was kind of built like this. It was a little bit steep on a hill, right? And there were like 3 rows of cars. Basically, you get onto it like this. And there's like 3 rows of cars, right? And like this. And then at the bottom, right? And I was like, ooh, everything on top is kind of full. And I don't want to park it over here, what if it slips down, right? So I turn around, I get into this parking spot, just so I can pull out Google, etc. So I can put out Google and see where I need to go. And I was like, oh, okay, so I need to go that way. Nice, okay, it's just a minute drive away. But I could have just left the car there, but I was too lazy. I didn't want to like drag all of my equipment all the way, right? Because it's heavy. That shit was heavy, I'm telling you. So I was getting ready to drive over. I left late. I left at 5:30 a.m. when I actually wanted to leave at 4:30, right? I arrived in time, so I still had like 90 minutes left for setup and stuff. I was like, yeah, it's going, like, I almost died, but it's going well. So I start driving, and the car doesn't leave its parking spot. The car doesn't move. I'm like, no. It moves a little, and then it just like stays. I'm like, no, this is not happening right now, right? No fucking way. It's stuck. And I tried for like a good minute or two. I was like, fuck. Fuck, it's stuck for real. Right? And it's like, I haven't done any research before all of this, but I was like, ooh, if it's slippery, I probably just need to put something underneath the wheel so it gets a little bit of traction and I can get out, right? So I take out the cardboard I had to stabilize my A3 prints, right? My big prints, my poster prints. I put them under the front wheels. Was not enough. They were, but it did help. It actually helps a lot if you have like cardboard and stuff or anything that could like get traction. Put it underneath the wheels. Cardboard is pretty good actually, right? But that wasn't enough, right? And then at some point I looked at Google and they did say, yeah, put something underneath so it gains traction. Then you need to move your car rhythmically, so it gets a little bit of momentum and can get out, right? Physics moment, yeah, for real. And I was bad at physics, right? So this was kind of instinct. I was like, yeah, my instincts are great. I'm a great thinker. This is where my like 148 IQ comes into play. Anyways, right? So even I think that kind of plays into it, because even if you don't know if something's like, if you don't know something, you like your intuition is kind of good in those moments, right? So yeah, I still couldn't get out. Wait, hold on, let me change the color for this, because it felt like there was a little bit of a bump or something like that. And then my dad had some mats in the back, right, of the car, some really long and big mats. I was like, oh my god, these are lifesavers. I actually need these, right? So I put them underneath, and it would help a little bit. I would almost get out, but there's still this like small little bump that I couldn't get over, right? And the thing is, the wheels would shoot the mats all the way into the back, like almost onto the street, because of how they were spinning and stuff. Maybe I should have gone a little bit more slowly, but I don't know. Anyways, in the end, I had to ask someone for help, because I don't know, Germans are not very willing to help. They're always like a little like hesitant, and they kind of, they always like weigh their options, I think. So a lot of them were just like looking at me and like walking by. I was like, do you need like, you look at help? Oh, she's doing stuff. Oh, she probably doesn't need help, and they don't call out or anything. Yeah, so there was a dude that helped, and one dude wasn't enough. So later there was a second dude that walked over the street that I was like, hey dude, can you like, I need a second person. Can you like help push the car a little bit? It'll probably just take a few minutes. And then with the second person, it worked. Right? I got the car out. I was so happy. I'm like, thank you so much. Please later, like, just let me know. Come to my table, to my booth and stuff. I'll give you snacks. I'll give you like some free stuff if you want me to, etc. I'll see you around, right? And then they walk off into the distance, and I'm like, I get the mats back into the trunk. I pack everything up, clean up the little like all the trash that I had left, the wet cardboard. I get back in the car. I start the car up. I want to drive off the parking lot, right? It's still stuck. I was only halfway out. It was still stuck. I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. By that point, already like 40 minutes or something have passed. It was like already 40 or almost 50 minutes or something that have passed. I was like, oh my god, I'm still fucking stuck on this parking lot. So I give the organizers a heads up. I'm like, hey, I still plan to come. I'm just stuck on this parking lot. I can't get this car out right now. So sorry. Oh, what a wild day. And mind you, it's like 8 a.m. It's like 9 a.m. I've been up since 1 a.m. I was up since 1 a.m. because I was sleeping, so I've been, I don't know, wild day for sure. So I was still stuck. And, you know, luckily enough, bless this woman in the back. Like, I didn't even try to call out to her at this point because I was like the last woman that I like chatted with. She was like, oh, sorry, I've got places to be, can't help you, bye-bye, right? So I didn't even ask that woman, but she came over when she was done loading things into her trunk. And she's like, I see you're struggling. I'll help you push things out and stuff. My husband's coming over in a little bit too. Like, don't worry, we'll help you. I'm like, you're so nice. I could have cried, honestly, if I wasn't a thinker. But yeah, so they helped me out, and then I managed to get to the convention. Right? But yeah, the convention overall was pretty good. I talked to a lot of people. Sales weren't too bad either. Not as good as my first convention, but you know, it was New Year's. People were probably also saving up to like another bigger con or something. I forgot. So yeah, I didn't make as much, but it was still worth it for me overall. I also made a new friend and stuff. So yeah, that was great. I did have a great time. I'm looking forward to the next one, which is in 2 weeks, which is why I need to finish this up in a few days. As soon as possible. Yeah, so yeah, the way to the convention was the worst part, honestly. It's kind of a miracle that I made it. I think overall I might have had the craziest story to get to get to the convention on that day, for sure. But yeah, like when I arrived, it was already like 10 a.m. or something. I was worried the con was already starting because it was supposed to start at 10 a.m., right? And I was like, oh my god, everyone's probably already done setting up and stuff. And I came and everyone was still setting up. No one was done. Everyone was still setting up. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. Turns out everyone else had troubles too. And there was someone who was supposed to have only one hour of traveling. You know, she was just going by train. They were in the next city over, right? But they left earlier than me. They left at 5 a.m., right? I left half an hour later. And they arrived probably half an hour later than me at the convention to set up. Like, I was chatting with someone, I was like casually setting up, and that's when they like came. So yeah, it was like so icy basically. All of the trains were like frozen solid and couldn't go. I'm glad you were just okay that day. What a morning. You know, for me at least, I'll be fine usually. I'm like, that is such a wild day. I did not expect that, but then also I'm like, at least I have a story to tell, you know? I have something to talk about, so that usually makes up for things, for me at least. Right? That is something I can tell my grandchildren. Yeah. And I told my dad and stuff as well. My dad was just laughing. Like, he was a little, I don't know, he was concerned for sure, but then he also had this like incredulous, I don't know if incredulous is the right word, but he had this look on his face that was kind of like, how's my child always getting into these shenanigans? Like, how unlucky is this child? That's what he was looking like. the thing is, I would say like that sounded like a near-death experience, but honestly I was like, Oh, actually I have to think about it. I was going pretty fast. It would have been a pretty bad crash, I think. But I was like, now that I think about it, I might have not died, you know? I might have gotten into a pretty... Like, the car would have been totaled. No question about that. The car would have been totaled. I would have, like, caused a huge accident. But, like... It wasn't necessarily a near-death experience. Does that make sense? But yeah, when I talked to other people, they were like, oh my god, that would have kept me up for weeks. I'm like, weeks is a little... That is a little much, no? I mean, it does make me a little anxious whenever I feel the car not... Like, I'm a little bit more sensitive now when it comes to the car feeling safe. As in, is it like solidly planted on the ground? I'm a little bit more paranoid about that now. Which makes sense, which is just a natural reaction. I'm like, ooh, is this slippery? It's a little slippery. Okay, let's drive a little bit more carefully. Even more. Right? But yeah. Other people were saying they had to turn around and they couldn't make it because they were going 30 on a highway and they would still slip. They were still sliding. And I think I was lucky because my dad's car is a lot heavier than the one that I own. So yeah, that's why I probably made it. Truck accidents can be really bad. Yeah, but I was gonna hit the side of the truck, I think. And then I would have like probably bounced back or something. That's why I was like, I don't know, maybe it wouldn't have been too bad. And someone's still pushing my driver's license away because car's scary, I get them. Getting truck, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I don't know. And mind you, I've been driving for almost 10 years at this point. This is my first time actually experiencing ice like that. To be fair, I don't think I've ever left the city when it was too icy. Like, I would go north, even when it was a little cold and snowy, but it never, I don't think we ever left on days like we ever went when it got like too icy. But yeah, I guess if conditions are like that, I shouldn't do it the next time. I should just like call it off. But yeah. Interesting experience. My dad also told me like this one story before where there was like one time where he was in a like, what was it? Not a semi-truck. You know those you know the vans? He was basically in a long white van, right? The type that a lot of like small business, like a lot of businesses have. My dad was basically driving on one of those with my mom, and I don't know if my mom was sleeping or she wasn't paying attention or something. But my dad said like, yeah, I was with your mom. I don't even know if she was pregnant at that time. I forgot about that detail. Whether or not she was pregnant. But he's like, yeah, I was with my mom one time and there were 4 lanes, right? And we went from the rightmost lane all the way to the leftmost lane. Like I was slipping that hard or something. And he's like, yeah, that's the one time I got really scared. I'm like, fair enough. Fair enough, Dad. I'd be shitting my pants too. I think I have a similar constitution to my dad, for sure. I was probably just sitting there like big eyes, like, and then just doing stuff. I wasn't even making any noises. It was just like silent panic. And I was like, this is just me. Yeah, I think this is the craziest story I had to date. I should go to more conventions. Maybe I'll get crazier stories. I don't even know what kind of knots they usually do. Maybe that's a little too much, you know why I should simplify them. Just like that. But yeah. How come none of you actually got into car crashes? Because I had like... Okay, well. When I was a child, I caused one. Okay. Goodbye, Errol. Have a good one. Have a good night. Thank you. The only car crash I've been in, I was too young to understand. And I was the one that caused it. Oh, I'm such a menace. I was going in the small car. Basically, my dad had a brand new Audi, I think, at that time. It was like really small. I think I was like 3 years old or something. And I don't know where my mom was. But my dad was, you know, taking care of me. And he had a big car, like the transporter, right? The van that he was using for his business. And then he had a brand new Audi. A brand new one. Just remember that. A brand new one. And an uncle, like a German uncle, a friend, a family friend, who also just like got his license pretty recently, honestly. He was driving the small car and my dad was driving the big car, right? So we could all get home together in one piece and one go and stuff, right? But I think my little child brain, and I think that's when I unlocked self-awareness. I think that's when I unlocked self-awareness in that moment, because I was like, oh shit, I fucked up. Basically, I was constantly asking where my dad was and was like not processing. I was like, where's dad? I would keep looking back and like scream and yell. I don't know if I was yelling. I was whining for sure. Don't crash anytime soon. That won't be happening, right? I was like screaming, crying. I was like, where's dad? I want to be with dad. And uncle would constantly be like, he's right behind you. He's in the car right behind you. You can see him, etc. Right? And I think the moment he got like really frustrated and he snapped his head back. And I was like, that's enough. Blah, 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 I need you to keep quiet, etc. And then it went like boom, right? And then he crashed. So I don't know. I guess he wasn't stopping or something, and he crashed into like a smaller car in front of us, and there were like twins in there, like girls. I don't know. Maybe I'm like reprojecting. I just remember both of them being blonde. I think like wearing the same thing, kind of like these like book characters. I don't quite remember, right? And then I don't remember a lot, like how much it took and stuff. I just remember my dad opening the door, like, and getting me out, and I just see the uncle. He was passed out in the front, like head down and everything. And I was like, Dad, why is this uncle sleeping? Why is uncle sleeping? I'm such a stupid kid. And then yeah, that was a whole ordeal, and the brand new Audi, it got totaled. It got totaled. Why is uncle sleeping? What's wrong with you, child milk? Yeah, I'm so sorry. My dad also said I don't think the uncle ever said anything. Like, he never blamed it on me. He was too nice. Honestly, he was a really nice guy. I think I was a little shy around him because I felt a little guilty that I kind of fucked up, and I never like had the balls to tell my dad either. Like later I was like, oh shit, I think it was me. But yeah, that's when I unlocked self-awareness. It was like it was literally like, oh shit, I fucked up moment. First time I felt that in my life. Oh. But yeah, I'm glad Uncle made it out alive as well. And no, I don't think anyone was hurt. It was just like 2 cars, not in great condition anymore, and that was it. Oh, you know what? Right, I should also paint this blue. Insane story. I've got some good ones, don't I? Yeah, I was a weird kid, I think. A little bit of a weird kid, but nothing out of the ordinary. Wait, nothing unordinary. Sorry. No, nothing out of the ordinary was right. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. That is a little contradicting, I guess. Maybe I don't know. I was a bit of a weird kid, I guess. I just wonder if other people also cause accidents like that sometimes, you know? Just want to know. Maybe it's not a maybe it's not just me. Do you have any insane stories like that? Were you a normal kid? A good kid? Not that I can really remember. Not with cars. Because I have a friend who got into 3 car accidents. So when I was driving them, I was trying to be careful and stuff, but then I also almost crashed because I let my guard down. To be fair, that was like when I was still a beginner driver. But yeah. Usually things tend to happen when I'm with other people. Because I can't multitask. I guess I'll just merge this. I should have asked him about those like 3 accidents, but it was basically, you know, he was asking me like, hey, could you keep a little bit more distance? I'm like, sure. He was like, yeah, I've been in 3 accidents before. I'm like, 3? I'm like, oh, okay, sure, of course. Ever since that time, I do always keep an adequate, like, distance. Just so the people that drive with me feel safe, you know? Sometimes when I drive myself, I get a little too close. But usually I keep myself in check. 3 accidents is a lot, yeah. But I also don't know who caused the accident. I think probably, like, not necessarily. I think it must have been, if it was scary for him, then it was probably someone crashing into them, right? Because kids are usually in the back. So that's the only thing I could think of, but I should have asked. But I think in that moment, I didn't dare to ask because, you know, sounded like bad experiences. And I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't want to relive that while we're in the car. And then afterwards, you know, my goldfish brain completely forgot about it afterwards. As in, like, I didn't forget. Like, I still had to drive them home, but I was like, I forgot to ask, you know, to bring it back up again. Oopsie. I remember I drove when it was like a thunderstorm and I was still a new driver and it taught me a lot. Oh yeah, there. Like, the weather does teach you a lot, that's for sure. I must say, so far, ice are the, like, scariest conditions to me now. Like, once you experience actually slipping, like, properly slipping once, you're like, oh, you know what, I actually don't want to experience that again. Ever. Anywhere. Because, like, everywhere is going to have, like, catastrophical results for you, no? No matter where you are. If you're in the city, you know, you could be crashing into a parked car. If you're on the highway, that's even worse. Even if it's like, even if no one's around you, you're still gonna have like you're still gonna have pretty bad damage on your car. So like, you can't win against ice. So I guess yeah. I guess I'm the type of person who needs to have a bad experience to listen to other people as well. Maybe my brother got that from me. It is. I skated on ice in a school zone and I was going really slow and I still felt the skid. Yeah. But the thing is, for me, right? Up until the point where I actually like almost crashed, sometimes you'd feel a little bit of a pull, right? But usually it was fine. It was fine after you like slowed down a little bit, but that one was intense. So because I felt it a little bit when switching lanes, you know, and I was usually extra careful when switching lanes because, you know, that's when it gets dangerous, obviously. Yeah. So the last lane change I did was kind of out of necessity. I should have probably just stayed behind the big trucks. But I wanted to let the dude just like overtake the big truck and then get back onto the like right path. And then yeah, that it all happened. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. If it's too icy, I will just, it doesn't matter how slow I go, how much longer I take, I will just stay on one lane. And that's what I did on the way back. But like on the way back, it was like even more difficult to gauge whether it was like icy and snowy or not. Because well, it was icy, right? But you couldn't tell. Like I couldn't tell if the lanes were wet or dry, because I was like, is this a natural color or is it like, is it always this light or is it, you know, or is it this dark or light because it's wet or icy, you know? So you couldn't really tell. I couldn't really tell. Trying to get to this blue, basically. I almost had it, I think. Kind of like this. The thing is, do I make this part as dark as whatever's in the back over there? I kind of don't want to. Then also, the leg in the back probably needs a little bit of like that bluish. Maybe I need to lighten it up a little bit. Just delete these parts. But yeah, I'll just hope that the next two weeks won't be as icy. Plus, I don't have to, like, I'm going to a bigger city and the roads were way better. The roads were way better from, like, I drove past the city I have to go to next. So I kind of did a dry run, like a test run on that region. And because it's a bigger city, bigger convention, everything, the roads are indeed a lot better up until that point. So even if it's the same conditions as last time, it should still be a safer trip. I just have to hope that Dad is still going to like lend me the car and not be like, now that I had that bad experience, I hope he doesn't, you know. He's like, no, I'm not gonna let you go this time. Okay, let's grab this. Oh, a little bit darker, I guess. Oh. It's 1 a.m. 1:11. You know what? It should be that dark. Also be more bluish, but okay, for now I'll just make it darker for now, and then I'll go in with the color balance. Keep the values the same, and then just change the colors. Color mode blue. A bit like that. Probably too much. Thinking about maybe I can take the brightest color from there. That could work out. It's a little confusing, but it could work out. I don't like. Maybe Maybe I just need to get used to using the blurring tool. It's not bad, but I don't enjoy it. Oh, my phone just died? What happened? Did you not charge it? I'll draw the hair on the back. I'll just see where it takes us. He wasn't checking the percentage. That's fine. To be honest, I'm also always low on battery. People are always like, oh my god, your battery is so low. And I'm like, I still got 5% left. It was so fine. I think I only start going to charge my phone once I'm at like 2%. When it's 2%, I'm like, okay, this is getting a little dangerous. And then I go charge it. But if it's above 5, I'm still like, I still have a little bit of time. Unless I'm outside or something. If it's outside, I'm like, ooh, you know, under 20%, a little risky. Because the phone might just like suddenly shut off, you know, because it doesn't have enough charge, because the battery is old. Similar with the car. See, I'm adding too much hair and that is kind of bothering me. My question is, do I make this more blue on top? I feel like to do it in the back like this. Can I merge it? Have to detail all of this out. Okay, we'll see. Once I have this hair done, we'll see if I want to add anything else for today. There's still the washing machine and stuff. I don't like the way. I kind of don't like the way the hair's falling. I do like this part, this top section. I wonder if I can just take this part, essentially. Maybe just take. I had to get 8. Oh wait, hold on. I do remember why I don't have any crazy car stories. I have a lot of dental stories. Ooh, interesting. I had to get 8 of my baby teeth removed while awake when I think I was 8 because they were all rotted. And the ladies were really mean? But to be fair, how do your parents let 8 of your baby teeth get to the point of like rotting? You know? So I don't know. They were probably mean, maybe more towards your parents or something? Or they were frustrated that someone wouldn't take care of their teeth like that. I mean, I also had to take a lot of my teeth taken out. But that was because my mouth was too small or something, so my like teeth would get... how do you say it? They didn't have enough space, so they had to make space for teeth. Oh, I might have to just... Yeah. I think this is the way. Make it dark. And then have a little bit of light peek through. Oh, I think this one's actually better for that. Yeah, maybe I just had to turn it around. Wow, problem solved. Oh, it makes sense. Everything's kind of like concave. And I was like forcing the opposite direction for no reason. But yeah, I shouldn't add too much over there. Just because it'll kind of interfere with the pattern. Kind of looks like her boobs are hairy. Yeah, I can't do that. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see. I think I probably just have to take this and lower the contrast on that side a little. Oh wait, that was the thing that I wanted to try. A line for texture thingy. Oh yeah. That does work. Woo! Oops. see. I'm building a tangent. Actually, if I extend it a little bit further, well then. Yay! It looks a little bit better. Gives it a bit more depth, weirdly enough. Like that. Because now it overlaps and that line isn't as clean anymore. And it looks like there's something going on properly. There's still a little bit too much contrast over here. So I still want to soften that part up, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Can probably look at that later. Take that. Okay. Oh. No, it was when they were taking out your teeth, but because he was just sobbing. Oh, okay. Damn, that's mean then. A child's going to be scared. What the fuck? But yeah, I don't know. The weirdest people are in jobs where they have to deal with children. And they're oftentimes not, you know, trained to deal with them. So I'm sorry you had to go through that. Darken, where's it? Oopsie. Put it on the wrong layer. Darken, 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 darker color. Oh shit. Okay, for now that works. And then oopsie. I think that is just a bit of a gradient. And then around the buttons themselves. A bit of a dip. Something like that. Alright. I think I'll take a break. I'll take a break and then I'll handle the washing machine. So now I think this is not too bad. It's clean enough. I can work with that. It doesn't have the like more painterly vibe that I usually go for. It's a little bit more clean. But you know. And I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. Alright. I think that'll be it for today. And I'll see you next time. And hold on, let me catch up. What did you say? Some people shouldn't work with children because of the amount of patience you need, but it was in the past. Yeah, fair enough. And then also some people probably go into professions not expecting to work with children, and then they end up having to work with children and they never learned how to deal with them. So yeah. That's usually how it goes. It's part of it. Oopsie. Alright. I'll just resort everything in a little bit. And yeah. That's nice. It was nice talking. I didn't do movie night yesterday, but we'll probably do it some other time. Maybe I'll pre-watch the Frieren crying episode myself. Alright. Bye bye though. Love the progress. Thank you. Bye bye. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Mwah!